Today we're going to talk about the Opportunity Manager. Firstly, Cortex is completely web-based as you see here. So what you're seeing here is just me using Google Chrome. And today I want to walk through Opportunity Manager, which does work side by side with Express. Think of Opportunity Manager as a starting point, a central hub where all freight opportunities come in. An opportunity is basically a load before it becomes a load in Express. It's where we ingest freight from multiple sources and decide whether it's moving forward or not. Opportunities can come from load boards, emails, or even PDFs that you can drag and drop. Once an opportunity comes in, the system analyzes the data and assigns it a score. That score helps you quickly see which loads are worth your time and which ones you can worry about later. Every opportunity gets an opportunity score. That score is based on metrics that you set up, things like margin per loaded mile, revenue per mile, and driver availability. The higher the score, the better the load fits your operation. I can also open an opportunity and see exactly why it scored it this way. Here's my metrics evaluation breakdown. As you see, revenue per loaded mile, I was looking for $2 or greater than or equal to $2, and this is $2.79 per mile, so it passed. And some of these other ones, it did not hit my parameters, so it failed. This will give you a breakdown of exactly why the metrics scored it so low or high. If it looks good, I can select one or multiple opportunities and convert them into loads with my plus loads button in the top right. Once I do that, they move straight into Express and you will follow your normal dispatch workflow from there. The scoring we talked about is fully configurable, and this will look different for every company. We give you default metrics, as you can see here, and you decide how important each one is by assigning weights. We need to get to a total of 100. As you see, my revenue per loaded mile, I have scored higher than some of the rest because I have that set to be more important to my operation. You can also override things like cost per mile in this metrics override tab. As you see, cost per mile, you can override this 80 cents to $1 and save. For example, revenue per loaded mile is a big one for me. As you see, I've weighted it a little bit heavier, and I can set these rules in metrics library. As you see, I have it set to $2. I can change that with the pencil icon on the right. Revenue per loaded mile, I have it set to greater than or equal to $2, and I can change this if needed and save those changes. The setting up your metrics, this is not a one and done setup. We will run some of your real loads through this after setting up your metrics and make sure the scores make sense for your operation and tweak things until it lines up with exactly how you want to make decisions. Next, we have our load board integration. As you see here, we have the Search DAT button. If you have a DAT account integrated, there is also a Search DAT button where you can specifically put in the lanes and equipment type and anything else that you need in this field. That makes it easy for you to sift through the board and focus on loads that fit your criteria. After clicking Search DAT, it will search for your criteria and create those opportunities on your opportunity board for you. We also have the Upload button, which is our OCR drag and drop. OCR drag and drop rate cons to create opportunities. OCR currently supports PDF, CSV, and Excel files. If I click and drag a PDF and drop it here, you'll see it is now uploading. Once that upload is complete, you can come back to the main dashboard, and when AI has finished reading that rate con, it will pop up in the top right that it is completed, and it will create an opportunity down here on my list for me. And there it has been completed. There is that opportunity. If I want, I can click to view. And here's all the details it pulled from that rate con. There is that metric score, which is low. All the details that pulled from that rate con are in here. If there's a bit of information missing, because this is the first time you've used that rate con format in our system, you can edit that information change any bit of information that you need or add. When you click save, you can submit this feedback and it will perform an internal audit. So next time you use that form of template as a drag and drop rate con, AI can read it more effectively. In my opportunity details, I have details, all my stop information, any accessorials, commodities, your market rate intelligence, and the original source document that I pulled. Next, we have our natural language search. You can search for what you want using your own words. For example, when you search on Amazon, do you actually use the categories that it gives you, or do you just type in the search bar what you're looking for? This is what natural language search does for you. For example, if I wanted to see all my opportunities that are over $500, I can just say ops over 500. And it is going to filter out all my opportunities that are under $500. And now I'm only seeing things over $500. So the big picture, everything starts as an opportunity, gets scored, and only the best ones become loads. That means better decisions up front, less time chasing freight that doesn't make sense for your business.